These women run small businesses in different arcades around town. They appreciate the danger presented by COVID-19, but are concerned at what they call selective restrictions.
Tusobola kwambala glasses ne mask ne tunaaba n'engalo ne twekuuma kati ffe tuli ku muggalo bannaffe bakola tetulina kyakulya baagala tukole tutya.
But the Federation of Small and Medium Enterprises says arcades and other closed businesses are key to the country's import substitution agenda and questions the continued suspension of their operations.
Do you know how many products that are manufactured locally go through arcades as retail points? So it means if they are closed, you're not selling. The factories are open, but you're not selling. That was the whole argument during the lockdown. That said, oh, if trucks are moving and mechanics are closed, because it's an entire value chain. So the point is, let us allow the value chain to operate. The arcade is part of the value chain in terms of reaching the final consumer or in terms of wholesaling.
Putting an estimated 20% into the country's resource envelope, there are fears that indefinite closure of this sector of the economy is injurious to revenue mobilization, evidenced by reported shortfalls in billions of shillings by the Uganda Revenue Authority.
So what the Commissioner General should be doing now is making sure that as many businesses as possible that have been paying tax continue paying tax. A, they remain afloat. B, they remain compliant. 3, they are the taxpayer and URA reach an accommodation to ensure that these businesses, don't go informal, don't close, or don't.
Recently, in his briefing to Parliament, the Executive Director, Uganda Bureau of Statistics, Chris Muchiza, warned of a pickup in non-performing loans this year.
The non-performing assets may increase both in fourth quarter, the one we are in. We did this around in May, and the first quarter of 2020-2021 financial year. The reduction of the non-performing assets will depend on how fast the economy recovers following the outbreak and eventual lockdown.
There are also fears that suggestions to extend the lockdown could instead worsen the situation and dampen incomes of about 67% of micro and small and medium enterprises.
We don't want to have a malaria expert telling us how how we should extend COVID-19 up to December. We want to have actual specialists in epidemiology and who understand these kinds of infections to advise us. So in our view, we must use the right science. The science that says the country needs to look down up to September is flawed. It's completely against the global trend. Countries are starting to open up. There's no way Uganda can be an exception to the rule. More so after we have had very stringent lockdown measures that have ensured that community infections have been kept low.
Malcolm Sime, NTV Weekend Edition.